Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video lesson, we're going to talk about 5 things that can help improve your guitar playing today.
Audio Jungle.
Alright, now one of the things that's real common when you're self-taught, kind of learning on your own, is to get into a rut, okay? Very, very common. These are very common things that happen. You know, a lot of people learn on their own and they get kind of caught into a rut. And so today's video lesson, we're going to talk about 5 things that can help you get out of the rut and get going, moving in your guitar playing again, okay? So the very first thing we're going to talk about is when you practice new material, I would highly recommend you practice on a clean sound, a clean channel. Make sure that your guitar sounds clean, okay? Because what it's going to do, it's going to allow you to really hear your tone, okay? Hear what you're playing. You're not going to have any effects on there, no distortion, no nothing. It's just going to be the guitar and you. And that's a good thing because it really lets your ear to listen to what's being played, okay? Anytime you play, even if it's a new song that has distortion, try to maybe learn it at first a little bit with the clean channel, okay? Really develop your ear to hearing that clean sound. That's going to really help you out a lot, okay? And you want to be able to focus on the tone, the pitch, okay, the string vibration, okay? It's really going to help improve your overall hearing, and that's what music's all about, is what we hear, okay? So that's what I recommend. Tip number 1, practice new material on a clean sound, okay? And practice it slowly as well, okay? And then move it up to speed, okay? Tip number 2, learn things entirely all the way through. Okay, one of the things that's real common, and I come across this all the time, is guitar players. I can always tell a guitar player is self-taught is because they have bits and pieces of songs, okay? And songs are always going to have hurdles. There's always going to be hurdles in anything that you learn, and it's hard to get over those hurdles. It's kind of like a runner. If they're running, their objective is to get over that hurdle, okay? You can't be like a runner who says a hurdle pops up and you just stop, you know? And that's what happens to a lot of guitar players. They start learning a song, they learn the riff, they maybe get the verse down, and all of a sudden they run into a part that's hard to figure out, and they stop, and they move on to another song. And they run and do the same thing. They get bits and pieces of that song, they run into a hurdle, can't get over it, so they stop, okay? And before you know it, they got a bunch of bits and pieces of songs, but nothing all the way through, okay? You want to learn the whole thing all the way through. Okay, that's going to make a big difference in your playing. You've got to learn a way to get over those hurdles. You can't just stop, okay? Stopping, that's not going to get you anywhere, you know? You've got to keep improving, and sometimes it's hard to get over those hurdles, it is, but that's where the victory is on the other side of that, okay? So you got to try to get over those hurdles. Very, very important. So when you're working on something, make a commitment to yourself that you're going to learn it all the way through. If you're learning a song, learn it all the way through. Work on it. And you know, if it's the solos or whatever, you know, there's all kinds of different things today that you can use for training material to help you slow things down, help you learn them faster, you know, especially with the internet and stuff. So go ahead and seek that out and work on that. Learn that stuff all the way through, from beginning to end. That's going to really improve your guitar playing, I guarantee it. Okay, so number 3, open up your mind to new styles. One of the things that happens to a lot of people, and I remember this happened to me when I was younger, before I started teaching, is you kind of stay caught in just one style. You know, like me, I liked heavy metal, like Metallica and AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Kiss, that kind of stuff. And I loved playing that stuff, and a lot of the stuff that I played and I wrote and stuff kind of sounded like that. And it wasn't until I started seeking out new styles. Got an acoustic guitar, started learning some folk kind of music, you know, like Bob Dylan and you know, maybe some Neil Young, Crosby, Stills and Nash, learned some classic stuff like Bob Seger, the Eagles, and that really opens up your mind to a whole new way of things. It opens up your mind to new techniques, new approach to the instrument. Everybody approaches the instrument a little bit different, so if you do some different things, different styles, it's going to show you some different ways of approaching the guitar. You know, like for instance, if you play like the blues, you know, the blues are always kind of like a 1-4-5 progression kind of thing. That's one way of doing it. Just the whole rhythm of it, the way they play the chords and everything is just totally different than if you're playing like, say, heavy metal, you know. You're using a totally totally different approach with that style of music. And also if you're playing, like, say, maybe some jazz or something, you know, you can be playing some different type of chords and strumming patterns, you know. That's a totally different approach to the guitar, you know? As you can see, there's totally different styles there, different approach to the instruments. So that I would recommend. If you're getting caught in a rut, you feel like you're sounding the same with everything that you're doing, check out some new styles. There's all kinds of different styles. Check out jazz and blues and country and folk, you know, bluegrass, you know. You're going to learn some new techniques, and you're going to be able to apply them to your playing, and you're going to be able to broaden out your perspective. That's what I mean to say. All right, so that's number 3. Open up your mind to new styles, and then you'll develop some new tools that you can work with, okay? Because that's what everything is. It's really tools and vocabulary, you know, chord vocabulary, tools, scales, that kind of stuff. And so we want to keep building up that. Kind of like a mechanic who has a tool chest, we want to keep building tools, okay? Guitar tools, all right. Number 4, play with other people if you can, okay? Now, if you don't know anybody you can play with, then I would highly recommend play with songs, okay? I can't tell you how many times I've come across musicians who want to write their own music, but they don't want to play other people's music, you know? And the thing of it is playing other people's music, especially your own favorite songs by your favorite players, that really helps you to learn how songs are constructed, you know? It helps you learn new techniques and new approaches to playing the guitar. It helps you with getting over those hurdles, okay? And if you have somebody that you can play with, they can help you get over those hurdles as well. You can be somebody you can bounce ideas off of. You know, you try this, they try that. You know, they come across ideas that you might not have heard of before. So that's a really good thing as well, okay? And when you're playing with songs, you develop listening skills, okay? You develop things like, you know, where you're supposed to be in the mix with everybody else. You know, what's the drummer doing? You're listening for the drummer. If there's another guitar in there, what that guitar is doing, you know, where the bass is, where you're supposed to be. It helps to improve your rhythm. If you play melody, where you're supposed to be at when you play the melody. You know, there's so many things that you accomplish when you play songs. Play with songs. You just accomplish a whole bunch of stuff at once. And that's very good. That'll help you improve your playing tremendously. So I would highly recommend, if you're not playing songs, play them, okay? Pick some of your favorite songs from your favorite players, learn their songs and play with them. And you'll see it's actually quite fun. And not only is it fun, but you're going to be improving your guitar playing tremendously, okay? So I would highly recommend you do that, okay? And then number 5, and one thing that's the most important, is practice consistently, okay? This is one of the things that causes people to get stuck in the rut as well, is because they're not practicing consistently. You know, they say, oh, I'm going to have some time on Saturday. Maybe on Saturday they practice for 5 hours, you know, practice, and they do really good, and they're doing all kinds of great stuff, and that's awesome, you know. But then if Sunday comes and you don't practice, Monday comes, you don't practice, Tuesday comes, you don't practice, you don't pick up the guitar till Wednesday, now all that stuff that you learned on Saturday starts to go down, 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 down. You know, then you just got to build it back up again, okay? Because that's the thing about knowledge. It's based on use it or lose it, okay? Skills diminish if you don't use them. So it's kind of like when people lift weights. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody you know who used to lift weights when they were in high school, maybe in college or something. Now that they're adults and their life's changed, you know, they're married, they got kids, got their job, what happens? All that muscle turns to flab, turns to fat, because they're not working out as much anymore. So you got to keep it up, okay? Same thing with your guitar skills. If you can play fast, you know, and then you stop playing all the time, pretty soon you start slowing down. You're not playing as clean as you used to, you know. If you're playing really fast rhythms like Metallica or Slayer or something like that, and you're not playing that stuff anymore, you go to play it, and you're going to find out you just can't keep up. So you got to keep up with that stuff, and that's where practice consistently every day comes in. Okay, every day, just practice a little bit every day. Plus, it helps you to retain information. Okay, so you want to keep retaining your information. You don't want to go up and then come down, and go up and then come down, and go up and come down. You want to just stay steady all the time. Okay, so pick those 5 things, and make sure that You practice those things, and I guarantee it's going to make you a better player, and it's going to improve your playing today. Okay? So thanks so much for watching this. Appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the channel. If you have anything else that I might have missed or something, be sure to leave it to me in the comments below. You know what I'm saying. If you have any questions or anything, be sure to let me know. I'll be happy to answer those for you. Be sure to visit my website at DwaynesGuitarLessons.com. Join my guitar club because there's a lot of cool stuff there. And I will see you in our next lesson.